Hi, everybody. Happy Feast of St. Catherine, Chronia Pola, to all the Catherines out there, which include my beautiful 2-year-old daughter, Chronia Pola, to you, my love and my sweet. All right, here's the video that I wanted to do yesterday, only I'm doing it with footage from this morning's Orthros service rather than last night's Vespers service. So here is a brief walkthrough of how I use ages at my parish to chant, in this case specifically, Orthros. Let's take a look. All right, so this morning there were 3 of us for Orthros. There was myself, there was my friend Jordan, who reads Byzantine notation better than he reads staff notation, and chants mostly in English, chants occasionally in Greek. Then mostly he'll chant in Greek if I'm not there. And then my friend Nico, who reads some Byzantine notation, generally prefers to chant off of text, and certainly generally prefers to chant in Greek. So the setup that I have is I have a Greek language agesinitiatives in print. My iPad Pro sits on top of that, and it runs the Ages DCS app. And I have it in landscape mode. And so we've got the text, bilingual text in the left-hand window, basically to govern the flow of traffic, shall we say. And then we have the English language scores in the right-hand pane. And occasionally I will launch other scores from an app called Fourscore. But for the most part, that's the basic setup. And then there are also a couple of printed copies of the Orthros service floating around on the Analogion, so that Nico sometimes can have something in his hands, or for somebody else who maybe has to stand where they can't see the iPad so well, so that they can have something. And then for this morning, for a couple of things, I also had a copy of Musiki Kypseli sitting on the Analogion for some of our Greek festal stuff. So that's the basic layout for me on a Sunday morning. Then for Katavasias, I have a bilingual book of Katavasias that I use for Greek. So I have a physical copy of the book. It sits on the Analogion. The iPad Pro sits on top of the book. And I use the book for the Greek Katavasias, and I use the DCS for the English Katavasias. This is all in Byzantine notation, incidentally. I didn't have anybody there this morning who needed staff notation, but I do a fair amount of switching back and forth between English language biz notation and English language staff notation, depending on who is there. My wife sometimes chants with us, and she needs staff notation, for example, and so I'll switch back and forth in the DCS app. All right, now we're back to the Anastasia because we're about to launch into the praises, into the Eni, and so we're right now we're doing the Exapostilaria, and we're doing those. We're really doing those from text. Again, basic principle here: ages for traffic and English language biz scores, and then a print book for Greek scores. But then there are things that we will just do from text or from memory, like Exapostilaria, prosomnia, whatnot. I waited patiently patiently for the Lord, and he heeded me, and he heard my supplication. Catherine, the all-glorious, you came to martyrdom willingly, and you censured vehemently the tyrant's impiety, also by divine grace and the light of knowledge of God you wisely overturned the raving man. Theophronos andethicas athliton enkalopisma. And here I switch to Musiki Kypseli for the Doxastiko in Greek. So we don't yet have have a classical score in Greek for all of our Doxastika and whatnot. We're working on that. That's coming. But for right now, I choose to have a copy of a book like Kypseli on the Analogion for such eventualities. And then we're back to the Anastasimotarion and the digital chant stand for the doxology. And we alternate between Greek and English for the doxology, much like we do the rest of Orthros. And so it's the Anastasimotarion, the print book for Greek, and then the digital chant stand for the English. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If this has been useful to you, please like it, please share it, pass it around. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and please consider making a gift in support of Ages Ministry. We are able to continue doing what we're doing because of individual gifts from people like you. So please support us. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.